This is going to be all over the place. There isn't any one spot to start at, but if you are looking to start, if you're looking to start YouTube, don't expect really anything. Not one of the YouTubers that I'm subscribed to. Well, technically I am, but I also follow her on Instagram, and she was just like giving advice, and it's something that I sort of have to be reminded of on a regular basis, is to not check the stats. Like, all your analytics stuff is cool, it's good, it gives you a sense, it gives you a real practical sense of where you're at, but when you're just starting out, you can't expect for even a few months that go by, even with crazy consistency or a set schedule, whether you're posting once a week, all week, twice a month, whatever it is, you can't just be hovering over your stats. And it's something that I'm trying to get a better handle of, because it matters. It shows you where you're at, and those stats will tell you whether you're going to get paid from anything or not. But at the same time, it doesn't override the fact that you have to, or it shouldn't override the fact that you actually have to like making videos and being consistent for yourself to expect any sort of success. Because I know this, like, I just wanted to make that the first point, because I know that's just something I struggle with, or not really struggle, but it's been the most challenging part, because they are a big indicator. All those numbers mean something. Like, with my last video, not my last video, because I think that was a questions video, but my first storytime video, the watch time for that was like phenomenal, and shouts out to everybody who actually watched. And it basically told me that I don't know if long form videos are really a fit for me yet, unless I'm doing something instructional, like in my or like a sit down that's more of like purposeful, like what's in my bag video. It's still too early to tell if long form doesn't work for me, because I had to restart everything, and starting off with a fresh channel, starting fresh, whether you're restarting or starting for the first time, it's a lot to build back up, especially with changes in platforms and stuff like that. Promoting yourself is easier than ever, but you still have to understand things. It's really a balance between like the statistics and the content slash creativity that you're putting out. And then, of course, there's the consistency that has to go along with how much you put out and when you put it out. I guess the main point of this is just to be consistent as much as you can be. Like, not when it comes to uploading, because I know uploading can like take longer than expected sometimes, or sometimes it's kind of quick, and you can get your video out, if you say in like a couple hours, it could be done within like an hour and a half, and then you upload it. I mean, like, if you say you're gonna make videos and upload and post them 4 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, you have to hold yourself to that. And if not, then at least make it, for me, that's what I'm doing now, at least make it like once a week. I'm trying to upload once a week, but I'm also trying to focus on the quality of my videos a bit better, so when I do decide to upload a bit more frequently, then the work of putting the quality into the video will come just as easy as uploading 2, maybe even 3 times a week. So there's that to keep in mind. Do I want to say that? Yeah, be aware of the changes in platforms, because it gets a bit more expensive to promote on a lot of things. And I mean directly through, not necessarily using like influencers or shout outs, stuff like that. Even though those do work, and that's something that I want to do, it's something I want to get more into. Sometimes it just depends on the influencer's page and what they're about. I make a lot of videos. I don't really have a lot of like selfie posts or like full body like portrait selfies, which I want to take more of, but like I just don't have the area or the space really, or at least like I'm not taking the time out to like actually go and do that, because I could do it myself, but the problem is I don't really like taking photos myself. I don't mind getting my picture taken or whatever, but for me taking my own pictures, I don't think I'm the best at it. So I like other people to do it. But I should post more so I can get to those influencers who have my audience, who actually like my stuff. Because that seems to be the case for some of us. But not all of us have the same thing. Like, if you're a gaming channel, you're gonna want to find influencers related to that. Promote your stuff on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube around that. And not really anything too outside of that unless there's like a direct link. Like if somebody who's into gaming and fashion, then boom, that's sort of like your crossover point, or it could be at least. There's like an equal exchange in value for the influencer and for you. And that's what you have to think about too. Like, you have to make sure that it makes sense for you and them. There's no reason that both of you should lose or only one of you should benefit. That's been something I've been trying to work out, because I know I would benefit, but if they're posting something on their page that doesn't exactly make sense, I don't even want them to waste their time to post it on their page. But I guess I should just like ask around more, and that's what I suggest that for anybody. If you're taking the YouTube route, it's definitely different than Facebook or Instagram. Ew. I don't like those. What was I saying? Starting out, YouTubers. Yeah. There's a lot of platform changes. You're gonna have to make do with the thumbnails that you are suggested. So you're gonna have to pick the best of 3, because they don't allow you to choose unless you have a certain amount of, I can't remember if it's views or watch time, or it might be subscriber based at that point. It didn't used to be like that. You used to be able to customize your thumbnail however you wanted to, but again, they changed it, and that's what I mean by watch out for that. Because I think that would help me, but I can't pick my thumbnails. The presentation sometimes is a bit off. Example, for my Miss Marvel video, for whatever reason during the editing process, I only got like 3 to pick from, and it was 2 empty frames of me, and it was one frame of like with the superhero and the stats in it, but it was X-23 and I have the Marvel. So, by the way, Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel are the same person. Like, I just wish, because now it doesn't make sense, because now you see a completely different person than who it is that I'm talking about. That's the annoying part about it, but sometimes you just gotta make do. Like, you gotta make do with what you have. I know that sometimes when I talk, I kind of just like look everywhere, and it's because I'm trying to slow down my thinking, because in real life, when like I'm not on camera, I tend to talk pretty fast when I have a lot going through my mind. So slowing it down and talking in front of a camera is a bit different, because I know I'm talking to a lot more other people than I am like somebody I know relatively well, or somebody that I'm familiar with, or like whoever is right in front of me. I apologize for that, because I know I do it probably in every single video. I know there's some videos that are better than others. That's another thing. Get used to looking at the camera. Like, make tons of eye contact with yourself. That's all I really have to say. It's just restarting YouTube with all the algorithmic changes, like hearing that like multi-network channels have been stealing creators' money, like all of this. Like, shouts out to the game theorists. Matt Pat, been a fan for like the past 5 years. I remember when he had like less than 500,000 subscribers. Now I think he has like 10 million, or he's close to it. And Treesicle, because they're both 2 big channels that are making noise about it with all the changes and the YouTube going on and everything like that. So if you are a new YouTuber, just like watch out for stuff like that. Be mindful. Yes, check your stats, but don't obsess over them. Don't think because nobody's watching your videos or you get 0 views that like whatever you did isn't good. It probably is, and of course it could always be improved and use work, but don't be super hard on yourself about it. It's something I gotta remind myself on a regular basis not to do, because it's frustrating. Because with the last video that I put out, it took me a total of 24 hours to edit everything together, and it's only an 11-minute video, and people don't think that takes time. It took me to finish it. It took me just about all of Thursday, from like 10:30 in the morning, minus the stuff in between that really only took up maybe 2.5, 3 hours, until I went to sleep at 12 o'clock in the morning. Like 12 o'clock. No, I went to sleep at 1 in the morning. See, and now my friends is arguing in the group chat. Focus on what you gotta do. Make yourself better. Improve. Pay attention to stats, but it's not everything. Focus on the content, your creative process, being consistent, and how frequent you plan to put out what it is you're actually doing. If you like me making videos more like this, more sort of like encouraging just my take, my little insights on being like sort of fresh to this and kind of letting people know, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Also, like, don't beg for subscribers. That's the last little bit of advice. I'm gonna get something to eat.